This is a poem about Edgar Allan Poe. I must emphasize that it's not all true. It makes references to several works that he wrote, but although he was prolific, he didn't write them all on the same night. It is true that he had woes with the bottle, but whether that really caused him to neglect his husbandly duties, I cannot say. I just made that up. Oh, gather round, if you would know, a tale of Edgar Allan Poe. Oh yes, it's Allan with an A, and not an E, as some would say. For Poe, an orphan, aged but 3, became John Allan's adoptee, in name at least. I call to mind, no legal documents were signed. This Allan, a Virginian, a kind but childless gentleman, had made himself a hefty wodge in the tobacco export dodge in Richmond, where, it came to pass, he brought young Ed from Boston, Mass. But I digress. This tale I tell enables you to picture well the scene in Edgar Allan's house soon after he acquired his spouse. Virginia, by state his cousin, by age, they say, a baker's dozen, which was, check the arithmetics, half his age. He was 26. A tale quite like that fellow who is rock and roller J. Lee Lewis. Still, Edgar, study, workbook out, Virginia, upstairs, wearing nout. Oh, Edgar, will you come to bed? I have a hunger to be fed. Oh, Edgar, can you serve a tonic? I have an ache that's something chronic. Indeed, to ease my troubled loins, I'd pay a doctor several coins. Oh, Edgar, will you drop your slacks and make the beast that has 2 backs? Oh, Edgar, will you slip your strides and turn your thoughts to my insides? My mortar here awaits your pestle. Oh, let us do the carnal wrestle. O Virge, I fear, I lack the ardour to feast in Aphrodite's larder. Tonight, though shove be reached by push, I'll venture not into the bush. Tonight, despite your youth and beauty, I cannot stand and do my duty, nor yet assume that prone position favoured by those on God's mission. I can't assuage your current craving, I've got to sit and write the Raven. Oh, Edgar, cried poor Mrs. Poe, have you no stirrings down below? Not even just the slightest twitch that possibly could scratch my itch? Alas, 'tis just my heart that swells. My job must be to write the bells. I'm working at my Remington, my new typewriter, not my gun. My hands are dancing o'er the keys. They cannot dance between your knees. Ere I can join you in our bed, I must write Spirits of the Dead. Annabel Lee, she comes to me, who therefore cannot come to thee. Tonight I cannot act the top, I cannot fill your loving cup. I can fill no receptacles before I write the spectacles. Tonight you shall not see take place the act that swells the human race. The only likely things to come are thoughts of pit and pendulum. Remove your powder, lipstick, blusher, my mind is on the House of Usher. I hear that Hammer want to borrow the plot to make a movie horror. They'll shoot it starring Vincent Price, and I should cop a decent slice. And after that, before you ask, I've got to write the Red Death's mask. And then the murders in the Rue, morgue, so I'll be a day or two. Besides, I've got the brewer's droop from drinking of that fiery soup that stimulates creation's muse, but points the plonker at the shoes. So please to pardon my evasion, I cannot rise to this occasion. I can't indulge in actions sinful, any night I have a skinful. No part of me you shall see harden, until I've done the landscape garden. I can't consider even frottage before I finish Landor's cottage. Pray cover up your tush or fanny, while I jot down the poem for Annie. Conceal yourself from neck to knee. Here comes the city in the sea. And do not even shed your socks until I've done the oblong box. Consign your carnal hopes to history. I must concoct a tale of mystery. Jack Daniel is in my chalice. I think I'll write the haunted palace. Although I'm much obliged and thankee for the chance of hanky-panky, let your lustful thoughts depart. I must compose the telltale heart, and put your charms so fair away, the mystery of Marie Roget. And, though I'm loath to hear your curse, also the imp of the perverse, and then to one in paradise. So I suggest, heed this advice. Do not lie there and wail and weep, but let me work and go to sleep.